G'day everyone, Willie here, back with a book haul video. You know, that's the kind of thing you got to do on BookTube, right? You got to do a book haul video, and I've had a freaking massive book haul from Christmas time. I was back in Oz, back in Brisbane, walking around the street. Not the street libraries, what do they call them? Community libraries, street community libraries. Those little boxes they put on the corners of streets, and you put your used books in there, and you take one, and you know, encourage reading in the community or whatever. So I had the idea that I would get the community encouraged to read my book, my Japanese 100 Mountain book, and so I dumped a bunch of them in the local community libraries around the inner suburbs, the inner western suburbs of Brisbane when I was back in Oz. And yeah, so as you do, you pick some up as you unload. So what did I score in the community libraries? What are they reading? What's the pulse of the Brisbane book community? First off the rank was the old Booker Prize winner from last year, 2025 Booker Prize winner, David Cazale's Flesh. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I got the David part right, I reckon. The El Cazale, I don't know, is that right? David, give me a ring and tell me. Drop us a line in the comments. And yeah, a book called Flesh. Sounds like it might be a bit of raunch in that, so I thought I'd better pick that one up. I've also got a little project I'm doing, reading stories and novels from each of the capital cities, set in each of the capital cities of Australia. So I picked up this one called Ethan Grout, and it looks like it's set in Melbourne. I like the kind of bumming around town kind of stories, so this one seems to be like about a guy bumming around. He's 27 and he's just bumming around Melbourne, probably getting up to no good. So we'll see what that one brings. Now, I can't remember the name of the channel, but the guy on that channel, on BookTube, always raves about this Pat Conroy's Prince of Tides, and I found it in a book library in Brisbane, so I snaffled that one while I could. Looks like the tides have been pretty harsh on that one too. So, yeah. Bit water damaged, bit stained, but hey, it was free. This one sounded interesting. Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, I judged this one by its title, The Beastly Beatitudes of Balthazar B. Well, there we go. Probably a B-rated novel from back in the day. Old Penguin. Yeah, that sounds like it's got a bit of that old 70s, bit of vintage raunch in there too. Always like a bit of vintage raunch, so we'll give that one a go. My wife shakes her head when I buy these kinds of books or pick up these kinds of books. Yeah, what else did we pick up on these things? Oh, this one. Bit of a regular old thriller, I think. It was made into a movie. I don't watch movies, so I don't know, but it says it was made into a movie. Red Sparrow. Some kind of thriller. Russian spies, present-day Russia. Nice looking bird on the front. Should be good. This is an old classic. I've heard about this on and off through the years. My Brother Jack. It's a famous classic Aussie novel about two brothers back around the First World War, so probably one goes off to war. Cops a bit of a hiding. Another water damaged one. Bit of a flood zone where we are in Brizzy. Jonathan Franzen's Freedom. I read one Jonathan Franzen book years ago. Never thought much about it, but hey, this one was sitting there, so I picked it up. Then around the corner, I found Franzen's Purity. Obviously not many people think much of him, but I mean, I picked up one, so I thought I may as well pick up the other one. So I'll give them a crack. Give him another crack. He's supposed to be good. Charlemagne. He was a famous person somewhere back in the day. And so, yeah, I've got a bit of a history thing going. I'm building up a historical library. So, yep, Penguin Classic, historical. Add that to the collection. Don't know what Charlemagne did. I know the name. I don't know what he did. Probably drank a lot of champagne or something. Was he French? Sounds like he's French. Still on the war front, on the historical front, I found this book, Pursuit, The Sinking of the Bismarck. So, never been much into Navy stuff, but why not? Give it a crack. I ended up picking up this one as well, The Wolf, about another German ship that terrorised, it says here, terrorised Australia and the Southern Oceans in the First World War. So, could be good. I had a little Amazon order too, delivered down in Oz. So I picked up, because it was cheaper to get them sent to Oz, these books, instead of get them sent over here in Japan. So I picked up Hell Ship while we're on the topic of ships. Sounded pretty good. What I liked about it was it's this ship that sailed out to Australia, the Ticonderoga. I wonder how you pronounce that. The Ticonderoga was a ship that sailed to Australia back in the day, and there was an illness, plague or something, caught hold there, and the sharks were following it all the way, eating up the dead bodies as they dumped them off the back of the ship. That sounded pretty good, so I thought I'd give that a go. While we're still on the maritime topic, The River of Gold by Hector Holthouse, about the wild gold rush in northern Queensland back in the Palmer River Gold Rush back in the 1870s. Mr. Stewart's track also, John McDowell Stewart, one of my favourite explorers in Oz. I did a project on him, a report about him back in grade 5. Bit of nostalgia there, so I thought I'd get a book about him. Apparently he's got his diary available as well, but that was a bit more expensive, so I just picked up this biography of his explorations. Then I went down to my favourite little used bookstore in Brisbane, Bent Books down West End, and had another bit of a splurge there. And yeah, speaking of explorers, I got Tim Flannery's The Explorers on the subject of the bush and Oz. I found this one as well, Don Watson's The Bush. Great little bookstore at West End, Bent Books. Pick it up. Every book is about $10. If it's over $10, oh, they have special ones, but if the regular books they got there, stacked to the rafters. Every book's about $10, maybe 12. I picked up Tim Winton's Cloud Street, another great Aussie writer. David Malouf's short stories, dream stuff. Gotta love a David Malouf. Great stuff. He grew up in Brisbane too. Another World War One. Got a bit of the old World War One going here. Theme. This one's 1915. I thought it was I imagined it was a novel that the movie Gallipoli was set on, but apparently it's not. So yeah, 1915. Ended up getting 2 other Franzens. I've read this corrections years ago. This is the one I never thought was that much. I never thought it was that hot. But anyway, I'm going to give it another go because I got all these jumbo-sized Franzens, and I picked up his other one, Crossroads. So we'll give Franzen another go. You got another shot, mate. So you thank me for that. And not that I think you really care because you're making a bloody fortune with your books anyway. And I'm only picking them up second-hand and from the used community libraries. But good on you, Jono. We'll give you another crack. Speaking of Jonos, one Jono I really like is Jonathan Rabin. I picked up his book, what was it called? The one set out in the prairies of the US years ago. I read that and I thought that was fantastic. Hang on, I've got it behind me here. What was it called? Badland, of course, Badland. So I found one of his other... He's a British guy who... I don't know if he lives in America now, but he's done a lot of travelling around the US, probably back in the 90s, maybe even the 80s. But anyway, I love his writing. I love that book, that Badland book. I'm going to read it again someday. So this one's Hunting Mr. Heartbreak, about people coming to America. So he's one of them. Immigrating, moving to America. I reckon it's going to be a pretty good one. I'm going to get all his stuff. Jonathan Rabin. Real good. Real good. Now, so yeah, I think... And I picked that one up at Bent Books as well. So yeah. Tell me what you reckon. It's quite the pile. Considering I only read about 20 books a year, 25 books a year. I've got another year of reading set ahead of me there, in amongst all this other mountain of books behind me that I've got to get through before I depart this mortal coil. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.